If you struggle to get out of bed every single morning because your lower back, hips, and knees feel like dry, rusty hinges, you probably blame your mattress, or you blame your joints, or you simply accept it as a normal part of getting older. You take those first stiff, agonizing steps across the bedroom floor, feeling like your body is 20 years older than it actually is. You wait for a hot shower to finally loosen you up so you can start your day. Your doctor tells you it is just normal wear and tear, osteoarthritis, or simply aging. They prescribe pain relievers, tell you to rest, or suggest gentle stretching. Yet, the stiffness returns every single morning, year after year. What if I told you that the real culprit is not your bones, your age, or your cartilage? Right now, deep inside your abdomen, a hidden mechanical trap is locking your spine and joints into place while you sleep, causing this daily torment. In this video, I will reveal the true biological cause of your morning stiffness. I will show you a simple 60-second routine you can do before your feet even touch the floor, followed by 5 lazy, bed-friendly movements to restore your mobility. The primary cause of your morning stiffness is not your spine. It is a deep, powerful muscle called the psoas major. This is the only muscle in your entire body that directly connects your upper body to your lower body. Because we spend hours sitting in chairs, cars, and couches, the psoas muscle remains in a shortened position. Over time, the muscle adaptively shrinks, turning from a flexible band into a tight, rigid steel cable. When you lie flat to sleep, this shortened muscle pulls your pelvis forward into an anterior pelvic tilt. This forces your lower back into an unnatural arch, compressing your lumbar vertebrae and SI joints under intense mechanical pressure for 8 hours. A landmark 2026 study from Brigham Young University, led by researchers analyzing automated MRI scans, discovered that bilateral asymmetry in psoas major volume is a primary predictor of back pain. For every single 1% increase in psoas asymmetry, your odds of chronic back pain increase by 7.6%. Additionally, as we age, our subcutaneous fat tissue loses its ability to buffer lipids, causing fat to accumulate directly inside the muscle fibers. This lipotoxicity impairs your mitochondria, leading to muscle weakness and morning soreness. This is compounded by inflammaging a chronic, sterile, low-grade inflammation driven by senescent cells. Overnight, bacterial endotoxins leak through a weakened gut barrier into your blood, triggering a systemic immune response that leaves your joints swollen and stiff by dawn. To release this tension, we must systematically relax the psoas, restore pelvic alignment, and extinguish the inflammatory fire. Here is your 5-step progressive routine, moving from the simplest release to the most advanced. Step 1 is the foam roller psoas release. Lie face down on your mat, placing a foam roller or a tennis ball directly in the crease of your hip, just inside your hip bone. Slowly lower your body weight onto the roller. As you find spots of deep muscle tension, hold your position statically for 60 to 90 seconds. This direct pressure initiates self-myofascial release, sending a neural signal to the brain to drop the muscle's defensive tone. Step 2 is the kneeling psoas lunge. Kneel on your right knee with your left foot flat in front of you. Keep your torso completely upright. Before you lean forward, tuck your tailbone underneath you, tilting your pelvis backward. By posteriorly tilting your pelvis first, you isolate the psoas major without arching your lower back. This targeted stretch elongates the shortened muscle fibers, immediately relieving compression on your lumbar spine. Step 3 is Dr. Andrew Huberman's Warrior 2 stretch. Step into a deep lunge with your back heel lifted. Raise the arm on the side of your back leg toward the ceiling, turning your palm flat and pointing your pinky toward your head. Reaching upward stretches the entire fascial pathway from your hand to your hip. Keeping your tongue on the roof of your mouth and breathing through your nose activates the diaphragm, which physically connects to and relaxes the psoas. Step 4 is the advanced couch stretch. Place your back knee on the floor, close to a wall or couch, with your back foot pointing straight up against it. Step your front foot forward into a deep lunge and slowly raise your torso. This stretch imposes extreme mechanical tension on both your quadriceps and your psoas major. Holding this for 90 seconds per side forces the tight, shortened collagen tissues of the hip to restructure and lengthen. Step 5 is supine dynamic hip flexion. Lie flat on your back on your bed, allowing both legs to hang freely off the edge. Fasten a light resistance band around your feet and rapidly pull one knee up to an 80-degree angle. Unlike sit-ups, this targets the hip flexors directly. Raising the thigh to 80 degrees builds dynamic endurance in the psoas, where it holds its highest torque, correcting the volume asymmetry discovered in the 2026 BYU study. To stop the inflammaging that stiffens your joints overnight, support your gut barrier. Prioritize extra virgin olive oil and polyphenol-rich foods to prevent bacterial endotoxins from leaking into your bloodstream while you sleep. Now, here is the 60-second morning protocol to release your spine before your feet even touch the floor. It is based on the clinical Thomas test, turned into a passive, gravity-assisted recovery pose. Lie flat on your back at the very edge of your bed. Pull your left knee tightly toward your chest with both hands. This immediately flattens and protects your lumbar spine. Now, let your right leg hang completely off the edge of the mattress. With your tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Complete 6 deep breath cycles, allowing gravity to pull your hanging thigh down. Then, switch sides. While gravity opens the front of your hip joint, the long, slow exhales activate your parasympathetic nervous system. This sends an immediate neurological command to the psoas to release its defensive overnight contraction. When you finally stand up and take your first steps, you will feel an immediate difference. The heavy, locked sensation in your lower back will be gone, replaced by fluid, effortless movement. If you perform the Thomas bed release every single morning and the 5-exercise routine 3 times a week, your body will adapt. Within 14 days, the chronic tightness in your hip flexors will begin to permanently release. You will no longer wake up feeling like a victim of your age. You will jump out of bed with energy, walk without pain, and reclaim the physical freedom that is rightfully yours. Consistency is the secret. The psoas muscle took decades of sitting to shorten, and it will require daily attention to lengthen. But the reward is a body that feels light, agile, and completely pain-free. Remember, aggressively stretching your lower back in the morning makes the problem worse. The nerves are already compressed. They need space and pelvic stabilization, not aggressive pulling. Combining these mechanical releases with a clean, anti-inflammatory diet creates a double action response. You extinguish the chemical fire in your blood while unlocking the physical joints in your hips. If you have friends or family members who complain about waking up stiff and blaming their age, share this video with them. Let them know there is a simple, mechanical solution that works. Subscribe to Dr. Alex Morgan for more evidence-based, lazy routines designed to keep your body young and active. Try the Thomas bed release tomorrow morning and let me know how it felt in the comments below. See you next time.